Every man in my family takes the same road trip at 18. Tonight I discovered it's not a tradition, it's a death sentence. Everyone thinks it's just tradition. You take my great-grandfather's 1967 Mustang and drive Route 47 through the mountains alone for 3 days. My dad did it, my Uncle Marcus did it, and even my grandfather Ezra would get this weird look whenever someone mentioned the drive. I was actually excited because finally I'd get a break from college applications. The car itself is beautiful with cherry red paint, white racing stripes, and original leather seats that smell like motor oil and something metallic I could never identify. The radio only picks up AM stations, but that's part of the charm, right? I left Saturday morning with my dad's handwritten directions, and Route 47 cuts straight through Millfield National Forest, 180 miles of nothing but trees and mountains. Then I hit the dead zone. Mile marker 23 was where the cell service cut out completely, but the radio started acting weird too. Instead of static, I kept hearing fragments of conversations. A woman's voice saying, "Told you we shouldn't have come this way." A man laughing. Kids singing. I figured it was atmospheric interference, but the voices were so clear and close, like they were right there in the car with me. At mile marker 31, I passed an abandoned gas station, and the second I drove by, the radio exploded with sound, cash registers dinging, engine bells, and a cheerful voice asking, "Fill her up?" It lasted exactly 10 seconds, then cut back to silence. My hands were gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles were white because this wasn't interference, but something else entirely. I started paying attention to every detail. Mile marker 45 had a rusty guardrail with fresh skid marks, and the radio screamed, actual screaming, with a man's voice yelling, "Brake, brake," followed by the horrible crunch of metal. Mile marker 52 was an old hiking trail entrance where children laughed, then a woman sobbed, "Emma, Emma, where are you?" Every location had its own audio and memory, like the road was a giant recording device playing back moments from everyone who'd ever driven through. But here's what made my blood freeze. Some voices were familiar. Mile marker 67, I heard my Uncle Marcus, but teenage Marcus, his voice cracking as he said, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, please don't make me." Mile marker 78 played my dad's voice, 20 years younger, saying, "It's watching me, God help me, it's actually watching me." And mile marker 89 had my grandfather Ezra talking clear as day. "The family curse ain't what you think, boy. We're not the victims here." I pulled over, shaking, and found a leather journal in the glove compartment with my great-grandfather's name from 1952. I flipped through pages of his handwriting, documenting every trip on Route 47. At first, they were normal entries about mileage and weather, but then I read the truth. The road remembers everything, every conversation, every scream, every last breath. Route 47 wasn't always a road, but was the death march route from 1847 when the government forced the Millfield tribe off their land. 300 people, men, women, children, marched through these mountains in winter and died of cold, hunger, and disease. Their bodies are still out there under the asphalt. The road isn't just playing back random memories, but their memories, their suffering. Our family is connected because my great-great-grandfather Samuel Chen was the government surveyor who mapped this route. He knew they'd die, and he planned it that way. The voices get stronger every generation, and the guilt passes down through our bloodline. That's why we make boys drive this road. It's not tradition, but payment. The dead demand a witness from Samuel's line. I slammed the journal shut, my heart hammering, and then the radio crackled again. But this time, it wasn't playing back old memories. It was live. A woman's voice, speaking with an accent I'd never heard, said, "Samuel's blood. You drive on our bones, boy." I looked in my mirrors, and the road behind me was empty, but the asphalt looked darker, like it was moving. The voice continued, "Your great-great-grandfather chose this path." The car started shaking. Not the engine, but the whole vehicle was vibrating, like something underneath was trying to get in. Another voice joined in. Male this time. "4 generations we have waited. The debt is not paid." Through my windshield, I saw them. Figures walking along both sides of the road. Dozens at first, then hundreds of men, women, and children, all wearing clothes from another century. Their faces were hollow, their eyes black pits of rage, and they were all looking directly at me. I stomped on the gas pedal, but the car barely moved, like I was driving through molasses. The woman's voice was right in my ear now. The road remembers, and today, the road collects. That's when I understood. The family curse wasn't that we had to listen to their suffering, but that we were the suffering. My great-great-grandfather's guilt had bound our bloodline to this road forever, and every Chen man who drove Route 47 wasn't just witnessing the dead, we were joining them. In my rearview mirror, I saw my Uncle Marcus walking with the spirits, his teenage face frozen in eternal terror. My dad stumbled alongside him, and my grandfather Ezra pointed at my car with accusation in his dead eyes. The car finally stopped, the engine died, and I realized the horrible truth. I wasn't going to make it off this road. None of us ever did, and we just became part of the recording, waiting for the next Chen boy to turn 18. The radio whispered one final message. "Welcome home, son." As the spirits closed in, I grabbed the journal and wrote, telling my little brother Jake to never come here. But I know he won't listen, because tomorrow, when I don't come home, my parents will tell him the same lie they told me. It's just tradition, they'll say. And in 3 years, when he turns 18, Jake will get in the same red Mustang and drive straight into hell, just like the rest of us. Because the road always remembers, and the road is never full.